I'm too official, got the drip, I got the sauce. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth, yeah. Still standing and defiant, slay the competition cause I'm walking like a giant. Bring the proof when it's time to tell the truth. I'll be at the corner booth, find me in the corner booth,
I see as well. Kate, I feel like I have not officially said this. I've tiptoed around it. Kate, will you marry me?
Do I have to answer now? Or
no, you have time. You can think about it. You can think about a way to say no without hurting my feelings if you want.
Oh
lovely. I'll send you a letter.
Just don't even.
Right, cool. Thank you. I'll send you my address later so you can send it to my house.
Yeah, I'm never giving you my address. I don't want you getting that close.
Oh, I know.
That intro never gets old, and everyone goes, "Why don't you change it?" And I give them the same fucking answer. It was a masterfully made video by my boy Kevin from Tailgate in the Quad Pod, and my boy Johnny Maserati, one of my best friends. He did an amazing job on that music, and some handsome host produced an amazing beat and sound for that whole track. Oh wait, that was me. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not wearing sunglasses because there they are, or whatever. Fuck it. I'll put them on later. This show is brought to you by the amazing people at YeatsOfficial.com. Promo code Cornerbooth for 10% off. This is the Cornerbooth pregame. It's Thursday. I have off tomorrow. Thank fucking God I hate working Fridays. Well, technically, I really don't have off. I have a job interview, but I mean, like, I'm out by 11:30, and I go play golf afterward.
Such a rough life.
I was doing driving range.
Have you paid for gas in the Northeast? Oh, wait, that's right. You live in Florida where gas actually is semi-reasonable.
It's like $4.89.
What is it?
Oh yeah, we're at I'm at $4.99 right now, and that's because one of our gas stations, like by my house, refuses to go up in price. They're like, we won't.
$52 to fill up a Ford Focus. Okay, I am driving nowhere.
It costs me $62 for my Honda Accord.
My job has a state vehicle. It's a Ford Focus. I can't imagine having to put $52 into that thing.
It hurt my soul, like watching I was like, why?
I bought an Acadia, but I bought this 2 years ago. Gas was like a solid $2.25. I was paying
good old days.
I was paying $37 to fill this thing up. Now I'm up to $84.
Yeah. Back in the good old days, I used to pay like $20-$30 at max.
Oh
if
my
I was
God. I used to
19.
Okay. So what was it? 20. What was Trump's second year? That was 2018, right? The first year I got my Honda. I paid $19 to fill my car up.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
186 a gallon up by me. I'm like, this is amazing. Like, I used to like drive in my car all the time for fun.
I remember gas being 99 cents a gallon growing up, so this is painful.
I remember, the cheapest I ever paid was $165 in Hamden, Connecticut, in 2015 or early 2016. That was Matt knows exactly what gas station I'm talking about. The Hess on Dexwell, literally the nastiest neighborhood in Connecticut.
That and the one around the corner from Southern and the Hamden.
Oh, the Getty, yeah.
The all green one across the street from the Slice Bar that always got shot up every now and then.
Mm-hmm.
But the gas was cheap, so it's like.
Oh yeah, we didn't.
You don't want to
get a handoff.
Me and Matt went to the same school that was like smack dab in the middle between two hoods and two graveyards.
It was like it was routine to get an email once or twice a week or that about like, hey, there was a robbery at this street right next to Wintergreen for this reason. It was just regular. It was like we just scrolled.
You just got used to it after a while.
Yeah.
Oh, okay then.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was it was just like we're like, yep, it's New Haven.
Yeah.
That's why those Yale kids looked at us we were fucking freaks because we actually didn't live in these ivory towers in the center of downtown.
Yeah. Like, you mean you don't have a gated community? No, we don't.
No, we don't.
It's free for all.
No. Like my first day of orientation, there was a drive-by shooting at the Burger King around the corner. I was like, what the shit?
But you guys have high-end security. We have Pizza Heaven too.
Literally is just diarrhea in a pizza box.
Yeah. It's college.
New Haven is the pizza capital of Connecticut.
except Pizza Heaven too. That was just college cheap pizza. Like it was high end. It was high end Papa John's, pretty much for college.
Okay. Yeah, no, it was like high on Papa John's. Like one time my boy ordered Papa John's. I'm like, we have like 6 delivery places around here. They're all mom and pop shops. You dipshits order Papa John's? The fuck is wrong with you?
Look, some people just order what they know. They have no idea.
Listen, so
anything better in the world exists.
I didn't realize this. Okay, so one Pizza Hut is not that bad. I've now had it once or twice. It's not terrible. Pizza Hut up here in Connecticut, because they actually have to be decent, because you got like Pepe's and Sally's, 2 of Portnoy's top-rated pizza places.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, listen, we'll ask a fellow Floridian, Mr. Cooper, do you actually have good pizza by you in Orlando? I need to know this answer.
We have good pizza here in Jacksonville.
I know you do, because Cruz told me there's like 5 good pizza places in Jacksonville.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what the city is in particular, but my buddy lives in South Florida, and they're opening up a Frank Pepe's down there.
Oh, I heard that shit. Oh man, they're it's gonna be a culture shock to them. Actual real pizza.
He's like, I'm kind of nervous. He's like, what if it's not good? He's like, I know it's Pepe's, but like, what if like
compared to a Domino's, it's gonna slap. There is a couple places in Miami that apparently are like incredible.
There's a place in Florida somewhere that's New Haven style pizza, but they actually get all their like water and their ingredients like shipped from like the Northeast down to them, because the water, I guess, is just different wherever.
Yeah.
So and, different ingredients mailed.
Kevin and I might not agree on many things, but he is correct. Chicago has great pizza.
I am really interested in trying deep dish.
I wanted to. I want to try some deep dish.
So if you go to Chicago, there are 3 different styles of deep dish pizza. So like everybody's like, well, I tried this one and it's awful. I'm never trying another one. No. There are choices. And you just have to find the deep dish that suits your needs. I mean, that's really what it all boils down to.
Fair enough. I mean, I know I'm going to be suffering anyway, and it's going to be about 2 lactose pills to the face, if not at minimum. So
I think 2 would be the very bare minimum. You're going to need to up that.
Well, I went 26 and a half years without needing lactose pills. So I feel like my stomach with 1 pill could take on about more than most people can. So fuck it. I mean, I haven't had pizza in holy shit, a month and a half now. My diet consists of literally just steak, chicken, pasta without cheese, which is just a sin. French fries, cheeseburgers, because cheddar cheese is the one cheese I can eat and not even have an issue at all. Which, by the way, folks, do your research. If you're lactose intolerant, do your research on what affects you and what doesn't. I found out cheddar cheese is the lowest lactose rating out of all cheeses. I was like, that's fucking lit. I was like, all right, cool. My favorite cheese is the one I can eat. And I mean, technically second favorite because pepper jack goes first, but that is like way up there, almost like mozzarella level. So I was like, that's not happening ever again.
Yeah. Mozzarella is my favorite cheese. So if I develop a lactose allergy, I am screwed.
I mean, I found mine at 27. Most people find theirs by like 18. Beth, I mean, you said you were married for X amount of years.
I haven't found it yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think you may have dodged the bullet.
Swiss cheese is awful.
Swiss cheese, I like yoga. No. Swiss cheese on a Reuben slaps, Kevin. It slaps. Swiss cheese on a Reuben and on Swiss cheese with ham wrapped around a pickle with some triple aioli is mint snack.
Think of like a cheese pickle hot dog.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I will say I've done
some weird shit while I'm drunk.
A hot dog, barbecue sauce, a slice of ham, and a slice of cheese. You wrap it up and you microwave it for like a minute. Money.
Okay. I've done that before. What's another one? Oh, yeah. Just when you're too clocked to try to cook a full chicken cutlet, so you throw chicken nuggets in a burrito.
What?
That happened this summer. I came back. My buddy dropped me off from the bar. I was home while my parents were on vacation, and I'm looking around. I'm like, "Fuck, what am I gonna eat?" Because I know I'm gonna hate myself in the morning if I don't. I saw like leftover chicken nuggets. I think I cooked earlier, but I never ate them. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, okay, whatever. But then I go and I'm like, ooh, I got wraps and cheese and chipotle aioli and pickles. I'm like, I can make a bomb ass wrap. And I'm like, do I put chicken nuggets in a wrap like a heathen? Sure.
You know what you did? You made a makeshift mixed snack wrap or whatever.
Yo!
Yeah. Yeah,
Dude, the
he made
fact
a
that they
Big Mac
got
wrap.
rid of those hurt my soul.
Did I ever tell you if I made a double-decker Big Mac pizza one time?
That is
Okay.
amazing.
It's just regular. It's a pizza dough, and then it's the Thousand Island dressing, the pickles, the onions, the lettuce, and then I literally bought like 10 or 15 McDoubles, and I just peeled the meat and the cheese off and
What,
just
that cost you $50?
yeah.
Just
It was a one-time thing.
Just go buy a thing of frozen burgers. You'll save
know,
a
but
whole
it
lot
was
of
just
fucking
like-
You
money.
can buy a box of
Jeez.
Bubba's for half the price, and it'll still be healthier.
Seriously.
It was a one-time thing, and I was like, I gotta go all out. Oh, I also got like 3 large French fries. So I did all
That's
that.
like what, $7? Who cares?
Oh yeah, and then I did the pizza with all the fixings and the fries, and then I put another layer of dough on the rest on. I baked it, and you had fucking double-decker slices of pizza with all that shit.
That
It was
is
good though.
That is just like I just see the calorie count hitting the
Oh
1500
yeah,
mark.
I didn't feel
Yeah.
good, but it tasted good.
I haven't had McDonald's. Oh my god, since February. Before that, it almost been like 2 years. We were leaving this country bar up here, and literally, it's 2:30 in the morning. We wanted Taco Bell, but of course, Taco Bell is a bunch of fucking liars. They're not open 24 hours. Pricks.
Taco Bell told you they were open 24 hours.
A lot of the ones up here are open 24 hours.
Oh.
Yeah.
Pardon me. We're open till 3 a.m. and we're lucky, but then they open like 4 hours later for breakfast. So
Well, it's like cracks up because it was 2:45 in the morning because my buddy refused to leave the bar until he got kicked out. I think he was fighting with this girl. He didn't want to leave, and I'm like, "Why is this
Okay.
our problem? You're our ride. Let's go."
we want to leave. You're all right. Let's
Me
get
and
out
my
of here.
boy were literally falling asleep at the bar. We're like sitting on the bar, still watching him like chat with his buddy, with some of the buddies he met up with, and we're the two of us looking at each other like, he goes, "How tired are you?" I'm like, "I'm shot." And he goes, "You get to drive?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, I'll be good by the time I get back." Like energy wise, not even drinking. Me, my house was the place we left from, so I didn't have to drive shit. But I'm just like, I'm drunk, but like, I just want to go home, man. I want like to like sleep.
I want chicken nuggets and sleep.
I
Let's go.
had a gun safety class at 9 a.m. I had to be like semi-alert for this shit.
Look, let me tell you about some Florida nonsense. So I went and got my concealed weapons class taken care of. They were letting people do their practice shoots with laser sights. And I was like, so are you going to be like, "I'm sorry, Mr. Bad Guy. Hold on one moment. I have to turn on my little red light before I shoot you."
I mean, one of my buddies, his sidearms, the second the safety's released, it auto releases the laser.
Okay.
It's like some mechanism in the rail or whatever. I don't even know how he
That
does
was not
it.
the
but-
case for any of these people. They were
Oh
all
well,
trying
I
to
also
find on and off
he's
buttons
also
and-
done like 50 of these classes. Like he does it like he actually could probably teach a couple of them at this point.
Yeah.
But it's one motion. Like he gets up, hits it with his other hand, and he's good to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, but hearing your first gunshot from up close in a while you're hungover is brutal.
Oh,
While I was
That's
shooting,
no, thank you.
well, we were at a private range too, which made it even fun, made it even more fun.
That's gotta be great though. It's like, excuse me, sir, if you just let me turn this laser on, I can get a more accurate shot on you.
Pardon me,
Give me a
sir.
second.
Let me turn this laser light on real quick before you rob me. Like,
Is
just
it
stop,
on?
please.
Is it
The
on your
worst part,
Okay.
the worst part about this whole thing was that he let us try a bunch of different calibers and everything else, right? So I'm up to 357 because I'll let you know I was like in the heavier weapons because I have had experience shooting weapons, whether it's bow and arrows, pellet guns, whatever.
Mhm.
And so I got very cool. Like, I was a quick learner. Like I hadn't shot a gun before. This is a couple months back. 9mm, I hit like 9 out of 10 on target. 22, I hit like 15 out of 20. Like I was like, all right. He goes, "You're good. Like I passed you. You're fine." I'm like, "Can I try the 357?" I forgot how loud those efforts were. It was
Yeah.
a 357 SIG, and I literally just emptied the clip in about as fast as possible. And I actually hit the target, but the problem was my earplugs do not fit my ears right. So I heard every single shot. So I was like, head was thumping. I'm like, oh God.
Yeah. The first gun I ever shot was my ex-father-in-law's 50 cal Desert Eagle in his backyard. So,
Florida things.
no, this was in Michigan, not
Oh!
even a Florida thing.
Wait, they allow guns in Michigan? I thought that state was based. I'm not going to make any more jokes about Michigan. I'm sorry. I have
Look.
friends who are from Michigan. They make jokes about how it's a police state. I mean, listen,
Marijuana's legal.
Listen,
They got that over Florida.
Yeah, I mean, marijuana is legal, but they don't let you practice your Second Amendment rights. So that's a weird trade-off.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can do whatever you want on your private property in your backyard.
True. I will say this because I do want to actually start talking sports at some point in the next 20 minutes. I will say though, my buddy, he's a former Army Cav. He did a tour and a half, 82 tours, whatever it is, and he's now a gunsmith at Cabela's over in Reno. This dude has an armament, and he goes, and I just see on Facebook him posting pictures of the next gun he bought. I'm like, dude, like if the apocalypse happens, I'm taking a one-way ticket to Reno, and I am gonna be your personal chef. Like,
I am well armed for a person who lives in a house by themselves. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, same, but I mean, I'm like, I once the second the economy started taking a tailspin, I put the looking for apartment thing on pause, and I'm like, you know what? My parents are charging me rent. They stay out of my way 99% of my day. I do not care.
You mean you don't want to pay like $3,000 a month for a loft apartment?
You know what's crazy? In Connecticut, rent's cheaper than it is in most cities in Texas and Florida, which is insane. Mm-hmm. And I was like, little shitty Connecticut actually is having some value finally.
Yeah. When my husband and I split up, somebody was like, "Are you going to move into an apartment?" I was like, "Fuck no! I'm paying less than $1,000 a month for a mortgage. I am not going to move out and pay $2,000 for an apartment."
Yeah, it's like what people don't fucking realize is if you have a little cash, go buy a house. You're going to do much better than you.
Not right now. Don't.
Not right now. Obviously, the
Don't
interest
do it
rates
right
are
now.
1,000,000,000%. But during like the pandemic and post-pandemic year one, like it was better off you buying a house because rent was skyrocketing.
And that's why house prices are so high and interest rates are so high now because there's no inventory anymore.
Yeah. And, trust me, I was a mover for 3.5 years. I was busier from March 16th, 2020 until when did I quit? August 5th, 2021. Like, I never worked more in the 3 years of that company than I did in that stretch because I was always getting hours. Everyone was always moving. And Matt, please put in some earbuds. We can hear the echo.
True.
All right, let me go grab them.
All right, it's okay. We'll get. To... Connecticut.
We'll talk sports at one point.
Didn't know Connecticut had good rent prices.
Even if I hold it,
Hero, like I will say this: it's not great rent prices, but it's better than so I can get a 2-bedroom apartment up in Connecticut for about $1,350.
Oh, yeah.
And if let's say me and my boy Brian want to split rent, right? And most likely his girl will be moving in with us at some point. That's a 3-way split on rent. Like, or at least I pay half, they pay whatever. We'll figure that out. I'm only paying less than $7.5 for rent up in Connecticut for a decent apartment, like within an hour and a half of Manhattan, 2 hours of downtown Boston. 4 hours of Philadelphia. Like, I'm not in a horrible spot. Listen, Connecticut is not a great state to live in terms of gas prices, snobby asshole rich people, and
so everything but rent prices.
Well, listen, rent prices, and also the fact is the schools. Oh my god! Even though my high school is literally called the pharmacy because you could get any drug you needed at that high school.
Well,
Rich white kids, rednecks, and transfer students. That's what my high school was.
Yeah.
I fell into the redneck category.
We need to get this dude some wireless earbuds or something like.
So I have AirPods and they don't work when I connect them. I don't know what it is. I know I bought them years ago when they were refurbished, but I connect them to the phone and the mic won't work with the app. So now I'm literally going to just go on one of those things where it's like that installment thing where you can make 4 installments. I'm just going to get something because even Bianca, my fiance, is Beats, but they don't have a mic.
Do you have a Costco membership, BJ's membership?
I do have a Costco card.
They are so much cheaper at Costco.
Oh my god,
you're fucking welcome.
I almost bought a pair of AirPods Pro. Last time was in BJ's. I was so close. Oh, Matt, there you go. Me and Pat's wedding gift to you. We're gonna get you some AirPods.
So much cheaper at Costco. That's where
even though we're not invited.
I'm gonna have to get those.
Yeah, I got my JBL Freeze I mean, the microphone fucking sucks on them, but the sound is incredible.
Yeah,
All right,
And
I
they're
gotta do
50.
that.
They're
See-
50. But they're $50.
You could even use the Beats and just use that little microphone that you had. You can set up different headphone
yeah.
and or input.
Well,
and
I mean,
output
I
on-
have this
Oh, that's
monstrosity right here, so you know.
I mean, same.
Yeah, I mean, like mine
See,
was.
I have one of those too, but I don't have the USB port available to use that.
Mine
So
was a
odd.
gift from a grandparent for Christmas like 2 years ago, and I was like, she's like, "What do you want for Christmas?" I'm like,
Just really fancy microphone.
a microphone. Like my grandmother, she's an interesting character, and she does watch this show, and we call her Queen Rita because you know everything goes her way. Or I'm sorry,
course.
now we found out she's Scottish royalty because of her DNA,
Okay.
her 23andMe. So the Grand Duchess of backhanded compliments. I'm sorry, but I'm her favorite by a country mile out of her 4 grandchildren because one,
Only
I do not
4?
fear her. I talk so much shit back to her. I have no fear. That's the problem. It's me and my sister and my 2 cousins down in Jersey.
The last time I was one of 4 grandchildren, I was maybe 2.
Well, I mean, my aunt doesn't have kids, and my uncle and my mom each have 2. So
On
But-
my mom's side, it's a very large Catholic family. I'm pretty sure there are 20
no,
grandchildren.
that's my Polish side. I'm one of 9
my-
in that one.
Dad's side, I don't even know how many grandchildren there are because outside of like one of his siblings, the rest of us don't really talk.
All right. Beth, I did actually get a chance to watch. Did you watch any of the game last night? I got to watch the last 30 seconds of overtime. I'm just going to ask.
Sir,
Listen,
Sir,
one time.
hold
Okay.
up. Did me?
Okay,
this
we had a
person, if they
basketball
could
guy
see
on-
what's behind me.
I understand. We one time had a guy in the show during the pandemic, during the NBA Finals, did not watch game 1, and I asked him a direct question. He goes, "Yeah, I didn't watch." I'm like, "You're a basketball guy. Your show is basketball." He's like, "I didn't watch the highlights yet." I'm like, "Highlights? I even watched the last 30 seconds of overtime because I was half asleep. I turned the TV back on, and I saw that goal. I was like, holy shit!"
Oh, Berkey.
And shout out to my boy, shout out to our boy and our good friend of the show, Scotty Kaiser. His Avs are up 1-0.
Yeah, they are. Well, I mean,
Oh.
I'm a Blackhawks fan, but in January, I was like, the Avs are winning the cup. Like, that's just where it is. So
I heard
mean,
somebody say that to me too, and I was like, yeah, it kind of tracks. Okay. There you go.
It was.
I mean,
this
also,
was
I should-
updated.
Beth,
This was
I should have
updated
talked to you about
immediately
this.
post game.
I should have done.
Post-game.
I should have done this like I did Matt. I should have done it like I did with the North Carolina Tar Heels. I should have just put a futures bet on the back way too early. Beth, I lost on a bet in the March Madness. Would have got me $2,000, which would really help me with my gas bills right now.
That would have all gone into your gas tank. Every penny.
Oh my god, I was wasted on my buddy Cruz's show because I did this show, and I went on his, and me and his co-host Nick had to listen. They were the guys who were on for our 200th episode. We had to listen to him talk about how Auburn was going to win the national title for the men's bracket, and his girlfriend went to Auburn. So we're like, Cruz, if Kaylee has a gun to your head, blink twice. So at the end of it, he goes, Auburn is going to win the national title. I'm like, Cruz, I'm so confident my North Carolina's going to win the chip. I'm putting $17, 17th for the last national title, on them to win. DraftKings was about to offer me a $1,500 buyout, but they pulled it after Baycott got injured because I was about to walk away with almost $3,000 after everything happened. I mean, after taxes, it would have been about like around 2-ish, but I was like, of a $17 bet. I had already won $600 the week before on the Elite Eight because I was a smart bettor.
Honestly, if they would have been like $1,500, I would have been like, I'm out.
Yeah, I
Have a
went to
good
go
day.
log in. And it pulled it. I'm like,
Oh.
there's a reason DraftKings is losing so much money. And actually, it's a perfect segue because I want to talk about the JJ Watt tweet today. It was hysterical. DraftKings, I have to talk to FanDuel because I have to get on the phone with customer service because I have to update my credit card. It's the same number as my last one, but new expiration date. And they're being a pain in the ass about letting me do it. So I'm going to call up customer service like, hey, listen, I want to update this, blah, 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 because DraftKings is terrible. And the only reason I'm keeping the app open is because I have 2 futures bets. Eagles to win the Super Bowl because I do that every year. Listen, you see that defense, especially one of the guys who's in this title screen, Darius Slay, James Bradbury. Woo! That's cornerback core. But also, I have the Diamondbacks to make the playoffs. And honestly, 5 games below 500 in June, they're a lot better off than they would be. Matt, I might actually have a shot at this.
I mean, hey, the Red Sox went from being 8 or 10 games under 500 to being like 8 games over. So you never know.
I know.
They finally got over the hump against the Orioles in the standings,
which is just hysterical in itself to say. But yeah, so we'll go back to hockey in a second because I want to talk about this a little bit. I mean, I know very little about hockey. Besides my Penguins, I don't give a F about hockey. I'm like, it's my 6th sport.
Rude.
7th if you count U.S. men's soccer.
Rude.
Really?
It's because I didn't
That's
grow
almost
up with it.
disrespectful.
I didn't grow up
my
with hockey.
heart.
No, I love watching it. It's just the problem is it goes NFL, college ball, baseball, college basketball, NBA, then U.S. men's national team, and then hockey.
Sorry, I'm dying over here.
Oh, Hydra wants to talk. I want to know what his team is. If he's going to be talking smack like that, what's his team? Because last time I checked, my team's won a title in the last decade.
Oh, speaking of money, it was a fun little thing I just heard on the radio. The Jets are leading like DraftKings or FanDuel and like the most amount of money put down on like somebody taking the over, like for teams to win over the whatever. So
Well,
like
because their over-under is so low.
yeah, 5.5. So
Who
they're
sets that line?
but so not only are they having like an overload of people taking the over on that, there's an abundance, like more people, they said more people have taken the over that the Jets are going to win the AFC East than people picking the Bills, which is insane.
It's a long shot.
Which is
it's a long
insane.
shot bet. That's why.
Oh, but
you
the
put
odds are probably
$7,
crazy.
you put like $10 down, you walk over the 100. It's easy.
Oh yeah, but it's insane. I wouldn't do it because obviously like that's not going to happen.
I
But
mean, I wouldn't.
I would
Shit,
take the over on the games. That's going to happen. But
I will say this though, one of my favorite bets I saw is that the Browns dropped 70 points in a day, and it's gonna continue to fall because I will almost bet money Deshaun Watson does not see the field as a Brown this whole season.
I'd be absolutely okay with that.
I would be too because so Warren Sapp was on a podcast. I can't remember the name. It was the initial or SS or whatever it's called. It might be Sports Syndicate or something. But it's Warren Sapp. Anyone who knows Warren Sapp knows he's a very outspoken individual. He's hysterical, right? Warren Sapp legitimately says, bro, 66? Man, he's just a straight up freak, man. He's a weirdo. Like, there's no way to fucking put it any differently.
But
at
you know
66 things over a 1.5 year period, that is a problem. We talked about this on the show last time. And the fact of the matter is, his situation is only getting worse. And Cleveland, this is fucking karma. You fuck Baker over. He doesn't want to pay for you anymore. I hope Jacoby Brissett leads y'all to 3 wins.
You know, the bad thing too is if you listen to like some of his like questions from the media, like Deshaun, and like his answers, they're terrible. Like they're like, oh, like 66 people, like different people for massages. Like, is that accurate? And he's like, I mean, you know, talking to my lawyer, like going over the list, like I don't really think so, but I don't know.
Get better answers after he capped 3 guys.
Yeah,
like shit.
Like he was just the way he was answering it was as if he had no idea what to say. I'm like, if you were innocent, you would have some passion behind your answers. Like this dude's just like, you know.
Michael Vick even said he was fucking guilty and he gave better answers than this.
Yeah.
The fact that he's like, well, I checked the list. I'm sorry, are you Santa? Like, how many times do you have to check this
He's
list?
like, yeah, I went over it with
so
my
hold on,
lawyer
I can't leave this alone. If it's a list, who's naughty, who's nice? Are the ones that naughty are the ones who didn't snitch on you?
Probably. I mean,
I don't know.
I'm sorry, that was a fucking layup. I had to let that.
According to like the morals code, if you didn't snitch, then you probably are on the naughty list because, you know.
That's the way you run it. But it's like, what the hell? The NFL, why I love the NFL right now, the headlines are hysterical. Okay, so I brought back, so we have Deshaun Watson with this shit, and the fact that Browns are still trying to trade Baker to the Panthers has gained a little bit of smoke, but they're still saying it's not likely. But at the same time, I don't know who to believe anymore, because if you told me A.J. Brown was giving me an Eagle 7 months ago, I'd say you're on crack.
Yeah.
Or Devontae Adams is going to be a Raider. Actually, no, Devontae Adams to the Raiders I called. That one I'll take credit for calling. But I thought Debo was gone. I thought Debo was going to be in Jets green by today.
I know. I thought by draft day I was so hyped. That 10th pick came up, and I was like, oh, I was like, trade it.
Let's be honest. I like Garrett Wilson better for your offense because Garrett Wilson's a receiver. Debo Samuel, I think his production is going to fall off the less running back touches he gets.
Yeah, and he's voiced that he doesn't want to be that vertical kind of guy. He wants to focus.
He won't get those kind of touches anymore, which means you won't get that kind of paycheck. Yeah, it's common sense. I mean, listen, and unfortunately, the problem is okay, so like, I'm going to give you guys some bold predictions. You know, last year I had 3 bold predictions, right? I said the Eagles are going to make the playoffs. Check. I said the Jets were going to have at least 5 wins. I was one fucking missed extra point, or it was a missed field goal or something away from that hitting. I was so mad. And then I also said Seattle was going to have the worst record in the NFC West and miss the playoffs. I was so close to going 3 for 3. So this year, Matt, you ready? So, honor of Beth, our newest member of the Belly Up of the Corner Booth family, as of rotating guests, I am giving my bold predictions. Bold prediction 1: the Denver Broncos will finish with a losing record.
Wow.
At 8-9. I think, unfortunately for them, they have the Raiders, who improved immensely on offense and on defense. You have the Chargers, who are stacked to the teeth, and you have the fucking Chiefs. I mean, whether or not Juju and Jackson Mahomes are doing fucking Corvette dances in the center of the field at halftime doesn't matter, because Mahomes is still good enough of a quarterback with that receiving core and that offense. They're going to outscore about maybe 10 teams a year. So even at 10-7, they'll still have a better record. The Broncos will maybe beat 2 of the 3 teams once. The problem is I don't trust the Broncos secondary anymore. I don't trust the Broncos edge rush. I want to see Randy Gregory do it consistently. And on top of that, Russell Wilson's production always declines on the back end of the season. The Denver Broncos are going to need him to be good at the back end of the season, and everyone's going to see that this year. I think all those years of being the duct tape in Seattle is going to kill him. Bold prediction 2. The New England Patriots will finish with the worst record in the AFC East.
That was one of mine.
Only because the AFC East is going to be a literal dogfight. You're going to have the Bills so far ahead that Josh Allen's playing golf for the last 3 weeks of the season. But then you're going to have the Jets, Dolphins, and Patriots beating the living piss out of each other for the whole season. Because I don't think Tua is going to be that great. I think with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle, he'll put up good numbers, but he's going to drive OCs crazy and film guys like me who look for little things like that. I, on film, still don't get why everyone's so infatuated with Tua. I don't get it. I watched 8 hours of film on this guy at minimum, and I don't fucking get it. Oh, and bold prediction number 3, the Jacksonville Jaguars will finish in 2nd place in the AFC South this year. Here's my reasons. So, 1, I love Mr. Visor Doug Peterson. That man is a saint. I will pay his way for heaven because that man got me a damn Super Bowl. 2, Trevor Lawrence, a.k.a. Mr. Piece of Shit Sunshine. He may be a baby back bitch, but he's a hell of a quarterback. 2, Travis Etienne is a fucking rocket, and so is James Robinson. That's a hell of a running back core for a young quarterback. I love their receivers. Christian Kirk may be overpaid, but he's not a bad receiver. I love everything they did this offseason from soup to nuts. It's amazing. It's a great improvement. They quietly got better. And the thing is, the other issue is that the Titans got so much fucking worse, and so did the Texans only improved a little bit. Like the Texans, I think the only way the Texans finish with a better record than the Jags is if what Brian Urlacher said yesterday and McAfee comes true, is that defense just becomes lights out tomorrow, which is very possible because Lovie Smith is a wizard on defense with that beard, especially. Looks like fucking Gandalf now. But with the Jaguars, their personnel is honestly, Peterson's won more games with shittier players. Check the 2018 Eagles when half the team was injured and they still made the second round of the playoffs. So, checkmate, gents.
So I have 2 comments on the Jacksonville front. 1, I trust Doug Peterson because he knows how to drop a puck at a hockey game. He came to an Iceman game,
we trust,
and he dropped the puck correctly, unlike Jalen Ramsey, who talked a whole bunch of hockey shit about how he could pick up the game in 6 months and then like coin flipped a hockey puck onto the ice, which is not acceptable.
He's flamboyant, though, as a human being, and Jalen Ramsey may be one of the greatest corners of our lifetime. So
you respect that 3-inch piece of vulcanized rubber, okay? It deserves respect.
just like
Nope.
just like the Duke. I know, I get it.
Number 2, I have to understand that the term rocket in football is different than the term rocket in hockey, because
Rocket
in
in
hockey,
hockey
when
means
you're
a very
referring to
attractive girl. I know.
yes,
I know what
you're
it
referring
means.
to a hot girl, and you said
I-
rocket, and I was like, question
No.
mark,
Okay,
question
so
mark.
Travis Etienne, I watched that
He's a
man
hot
butcher
girl?
my I watched Travis Etienne butcher my Miami Hurricanes for 3 straight years. That man, if he hits open field, how hard he runs, he will score.
Yes, but
James
in my brain, I
Robinson,
was like,
James
they're hot
Robinson,
girls?
you have to always think when I talk, think of it as a football player's IQ. Do not think of it from a hockey player's domain.
I can't not think.
Even
from a
though
hockey
they're
player,
very
like,
similar types of people, football players and hockey players, it's like when I was in high school and I played ball, the hockey players are the ones I related to the most because they acted like us.
mhm.
Whereas baseball players too, because baseball players just didn't give a shit. But basketball players like wore like suits on game day. I'm like, the fuck y'all trying out for? Staples? Like, like I used to make fun of my buddies on the basketball team. Like, y'all look like a bunch of clowns right now. We wear jerseys, jeans, and Jordans. Like, the fuck y'all wearing right now?
Yeah, you rock your sweater and some jeans and probably some slides. Let's be honest.
Or if you're a Connecticut hockey player, you're wearing fucking beat up Tim Pros.
Well, you know, to each their own.
Or if you're a fan, or if you're a real country, you wear some Red Wings. All I'm saying is the Jacksonville Jaguars will be in second place because I do not trust. I think the Titans are going to have a regression season where I don't think the Jags are going to make the playoffs because the problem is the AFC is so fucking front loaded that they're going to be like good, but they're not going to be good enough. And their schedule's so damn easy and it's not going to matter. The problem is with the AFC South is that the Colts are so damn good. They're going to kick everyone's ass except for Jacksonville because, you know, they have to lose that game. It's like, it's a rule of nature.
One of the few Jags games I've been to was actually a Jags Colts game. So
was it what year was it?
It was here. It was the year that Peyton Manning was hurt because he was on the sideline.
It was like 2012 or something like that.
Oh yeah, it was the Andrew Luck year. It was 2011.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. My mom and I went. She's a football person. I'm a hockey person. It's just how we are.
Fair. Hey, listen, the Jags gonna be fun this year. You might be able to get some. Might be able to go get some tickets and watch a win.
That would be a gem to see a win.
Listen, I'm going to see the Eagles Packers in prime time this Sunday after Thanksgiving. 11th fucking row. Like way out of my pay scale. My buddy goes and buys a ticket. He goes, "Yeah, you owe me X amount of dollars." I'm like, "All right, this is gonna be like Kmart, bro. You're getting layaway payments for a couple of months." I paid him like $50 last week. I'm paying for his entry fee for a wiffle ball charity tournament we're playing in next month. That's another $50 off the board, and I'll just keep working my way down. Hopefully by this November 30th, I have it all paid off.
I got a couple. I got 2 predictions and then 2. I got 4 predictions pretty much. I got for you.
I have one more.
They're quick.
I do have one more though.
You said 3.
Well, I have my bonus one because
I said 4. He's got the 4th one.
It's also about my team. I always have one about my team every year. I predict that Jalen Hurts. I said this last year, but I throw in this. Jalen Hurts will have a top 10 passing season as a quarterback. Not just rushing, because we know the dude showed up to minicamp looking like Hulk. Yeah, but the thing is that this man has had an entire offseason people telling him all he can do is run. And yo, Hedros is coming at you, bro.
I'm trying.
Listen, my boy Matt found out he was joining this podcast a month and a half ago, and he just got a new job. He's trying to pay for a wedding. I will not ask this man to buy software or any hardware.
I had a nice little mic, but now I got to get something for the audio so there's no echo. So we're working on it.
So these were $20 at Walmart.
Amazon Prime, get a dongle for your fucking phone, and then get one of these like non-microphone earbuds. That's what I use. I don't like using the big ones because I have giant ass earrings in my ears that fucking hurt. And then I know Beth knows what I'm talking about.
I know.
And so basically,
these are actually nice. They don't hurt. They're super squishy, and they were like $20 at Walmart.
See, mine are like weird. Mine are like I got sick of my silver ones because they're like They were hurting my ears because they're just like the setting is very big. These are my expensive ones that are like solid gold settings, and I'm like, I love them, but like I gotta be careful. Like I was at work today, I had to take my gas mask off, and I'm literally like, don't clip my earrings, don't clip my earrings.
No.
But all right, so
that's why I have flatbacks and
yeah, I don't because I just bought them I bought them on sale. Like it was like a Groupon 1-day sale only. Like from Jared, they were trying to offport these. I was like, fuck it. Ironically, I bought it from a jewelry store with my name on it. So I will say this: Jalen Hurts will have a top 10 passing season this year in the league because one, AJ Brown, not only is one of Hurts' like actual best friends, he now is him and Devontae Smith and Quez Watkins and Zach Pascal. That's just a great 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you had Greg Ward and the speedster Devin Allen, who almost broke a world record for hurdles this week. That's just enough weapons. Plus Dallas Goedert, Miles Sanders, and Jordan Howard. He will have enough weapons, injuries aside, for a great season. I just think, and he knows this is it. He knows if he does not produce this year, the Eagles will let him go, and they will go get C.J. Stroud, Tyler Van Dyke, or the kid from Kentucky. Or Bryce Young. I don't remember the kid's name right now. Every time Kevin's on, he reminds me of the kid's fucking name. I can't remember his name.
Kevin, what is his name?
Kevin's currently working on a bunch of PDFs for a guy who doesn't know how to use PDFs. So, basically, all I know is I watched the kid twice last year when I was like flipping through channels. I'm like, oh, Kentucky's a fun team to watch. And the kid was lighting it up, but I'm like, I don't know if he's an NFL quarterback. That's the problem. So, Matt, what are your 4 predictions? I want to hear these.
All right. Well, since I got these wired headphones, I might try and do a little like TikTok style. Coming in at bold prediction number 1, I have the New England Patriots finishing last in the AFC East. I think they did absolutely nothing to improve this year. They took an offensive lineman in the first round that was projected to go second or third round. They went from having one of the best secondaries last year to having pretty much like a terrible secondary this year. Like their best player is like a 35-year-old safety. They got rid of Stephon Gilmore. They got rid of J.C. Jackson. Now they got Jalen Mills and the McCourties.
Watch your mouth, Jacksonville, Mac Jones.
Watch your mouth about my boy Green Goblin. That man is a saint in Philadelphia.
Well, he's not in Philadelphia, is he?
We still love him. That man is a goddamn saint.
I got no problem with Mac Jones. I think he's a talented guy. They gave him Devontae Parker on offense, and that's really it. I was like, now he's got Devontae Parker, Jacoby Myers, and Kendrick Bourne. That's not a number 1, a number 2, or number 3 receiver kind of thing.
They do have Tyquan Thornton, who, like they're saying, is a taller Deshaun Jackson, but can't run routes.
So that's a recipe for disaster.
Exactly.
So run straight.
I have a really bad feeling that he's never going to see the fucking field.
Well, he might see it, just not,
Like he may not see the end zone.
To credit Jared on this next one, I do have the Eagles winning the division. I have it going. Eagles, Dallas, and
Washington might lose Terry now. I'm kind of starting to lean towards the Giants in third.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it Giants and then Washington. I think it's gonna be close for the last place between those two. It really depends on, I guess, if like Terry McLaurin's going to be there or not, because Curtis Samuel's not a healthy guy. So I got Eagles winning the division, Patriots finishing last. My third one is Seattle winds up just doing terrible, as we all imagine they are, and Seattle cans Pete Carroll. That's my big one right there. Seattle fires Pete Carroll out to this year. Then my fourth and final one, which is not a really happy one, but I just see it coming. I really think the Houston Texans hired Lovie Smith because the league needed another minority coach. Like I really don't think you look at Lovie Smith.
Okay, so the thing is, like, I think it was more or less because Lovie's got about 2 more years left where he's like, I gotta grow this beard out more and help hobbits get rings to Mordor. I think they want Josh McCown to be their next head coach. I think he will be the next head coach. I think the biggest problem is not the fact that Eric Bieniemy can't get a job because he's a dickhead. I will always back my boy Shady McCoy. The second he said that shit, I actually did some digging because the whole thing about Eric Bieniemy just being an asshole. And I've heard nothing but this. I've seen nothing but the same. Bieniemy's a dickhead, and Shady's a Hall of Famer. There is no doubt in my mind he was on point about that. I will say this though. Lovie Smith is the training wheels for Josh McCown.
But see, the thing was David Culley was also that training wheel too, because they had rumors that they wanted to sign this guy as the coach, but they didn't think he was ready. So they bring him on staff with this David Culley. They fire him after the first year, which he actually did pretty well for the team.
4 wins, we were rejected against 0. It's not bad.
Yeah, but then you bring in Lovie Smith, and it's right after all the Brian Flores things and everything going on, and it doesn't make sense that they hired him because
if Miami hired another black head coach. Well, technically Mike McNeil is half, but like it's like who cares? It's like at this point I get the whole thing about that. Like the Brian Flores lawsuit just feels weirder and weirder each day, and the fact it's kind of been swept under the rug. But keep going.
My thing is that he's had multiple head coaching stints, even in college and pros, and he has not done well in any of them. Like I just think there's guys.
Bears.
Well, that one time. That 1 year.
He had a winning record like 5 out of the 7 years he was there.
So why did they fire him then? Because then they had
the Bears front offense was bullshit back then. You know, Urlacher talked about this on McAfee yesterday. He literally almost retired because they literally let Lovey go for no reason.
That feels very Chicago.
Yeah,
Chicago.
He hasn't had the winning experience. To me, in my mind, to earn that spot over everybody available.
Going to coach at Illinois, it doesn't count. Come on, man. It's like coaching a minor league college team.
Yeah, but I would have hired a lot of coordinators and other ex-NFL coaches over that guy. The point being is that I think this is also another stopgap year for Josh McCown. So I think this is a one and done for Lovey, and then McCown will be the coach next year. For some reason, they really want that guy to be a coach.
Well, okay, so Josh McCown basically kept Carson Wentz from completely unraveling in 2019. Then the second McCown retires, Wentz just completely unravels like a badly wound tape deck. And as you can see, after his first day of minicamp, throwing not 1, not 2, but 4 or 5 interceptions in minicamp. Who throws interceptions in minicamp?
Is it an interception if you're throwing to your teammates? They're just playing against you.
It is when the media is fucking watching.
But is it technically an interception?
Yeah,
if you're throwing to a teammate.
If it's a live scrimmage, if it's any kind of ball practice, if the teammate catches it and he's playing on defense, it's an interception.
Look, I'm just saying, if you throw the ball to your teammate,
I'd ask the same in practice in hockey. If like you guys go into a scrimmage and the right wing from the other team scores on you, it counts.
It's still an inter-squad game, and so therefore the team.
Yeah, but it's more the optics of the fact that you're playing in a fucking practice and you still throw 5 interceptions. Like, come on, Carson.
Well,
I also think
I also have a practice. They score many goals, so
I have a very big axe to grind with Carson Wentz after I found out how much I was misled that this man was basically I don't want to use the C word, but he was just a terrible teammate apparently. So yeah, I haven't.
No, that word doesn't offend me, so you are more than welcome to use.
Oh, I was going to say cancer.
I mean, that word also doesn't scare me.
No, I'm not trying to offend
we talk about
you or anybody.
We talk about locker room cancers in hockey all the time.
I'm just trying because it's. I feel weird saying it every time I say it. Also, because my favorite basketball player of all time called Charlie Villanueva a cancer to his team when he had a bald head. Kevin Garnett, baby, 1 of 1. That man is the greatest shit talker in all of sports. I will say this though, Matt, about your how many predictions you have? You have 2 more left, right?
No,
that was all of them.
Okay.
That was Pats finished last in the AFC East. Eagles win the division. Seattle does terrible. Cans Carroll, and Texans have Lovie Smith for 1 year.
Yes. Okay. I will say this about Seattle though. I think they'll win 2 or 3 games in the division. Because Drew Lock, I think, is actually going to – we talked about this about 2 episodes ago, and Kevin screamed at me for this, and then Stimmer had to remind him that I'm a Drew Lock defender. Drew Jeezy, that's my man right there. He has a bazooka for an arm. DK Metcalf loves quarterbacks with a cannon. So does Lockett. Listen, if anything, they're going to score a shit ton of points, and they may win a couple games off of it. So that's my thing about the Seahawks. They're hell not going to make the playoffs. But, don't be surprised if San Fran only wins 8 games because if Trey Lance is their starter, it's going to be a rough first season starting for him.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't trade Jimmy G, do you think he's a starter?
No, they can't do that after all the shit they did. Hell no.
I don't know. This is a guy that brought you to a Super Bowl a couple years ago.
It doesn't
and then this
matter.
is a guy...
It's the optics. It's the same thing with Baker. Like, it looks fucking terrible for either side involved. The fact is, Garoppolo hamstrung the Niners with that late shoulder surgery, and they can't wait to get rid of him, and they want to get value back for him because they know they're not winning a Super Bowl in year one with Trey Lance, but they know they can get back to a Super Bowl within 3 years if he's the guy. But I don't know. It's just the whole. There's like 4 or 5 teams in the NFL where I'm like, looking, I'm like, the fuck were you thinking? Number 1 is the Giants. Number 2 is the Niners. Number 3 is the the Titans. Number 4, I would say, is Washington, but they never know what the fuck they're thinking, so that doesn't count. I'd say number 4 would probably be like the Dallas Cowboys. Because Matt, I know what. Wait, is it your stepdad or your biological dad who is a Cowboys fan?
My actual dad and then my father-in-law are both Cowboys fans.
Oh Jesus Christ! You got a double dip there. And B is a Giants fan. Like, what the fuck?
I know.
Oh my god! All I will say is this: is that the Cowboys, the fact that they're still the favorites in the East cracks me up because they got worse on offense. They got worse on defense.
They never get better on defense.
Well, they lost Randy Gregory, but then didn't get Von Miller. God bless Buffalo. When I saw Von Miller to the Cowboys as a real thing, I was like, no, God, please, no. I was at work. I was driving through South Seymour, going to do a job on the Connecticut River at this billionaire lake, this millionaire dog breeder's house. This dude had a wrapped aquamarine Lamborghini Urus, the SUV. Gorgeous truck. Amazing looking. And he was the coolest dude on the planet. But, like, I'm sitting there like, I'm listening to this like, please, no, Dallas, no Von Miller to Dallas. That's the worst idea ever. And then he signs a Buffalo. I'm like, God bless.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's fuck me pretty much.
My only question is what kind of dogs?
Pit bull. Oh, no, bulldogs.
They're precious. They're squishy faces.
I love all dogs, except for little shit-faced, half-haired footballs.
Or little, like, Yorkies that just try and...
Whoa. Yorkies are fucking adorable. I just hate the little hairless, like, half-haired shits.
Oh, the Chinese, what are they?
Yeah, I've seen, like, so many...
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I go in a millionaire and billionaire's house all the time for work, right? Because I do, like, their luxury marble countertops and all this bullshit. And I literally work in the 2 richest counties in America. Westchester County, New York. 2 out of 3 richest counties. Westchester, New York, and Fairfield County, Connecticut. And I literally see the nicest house on the planet. I've literally been inside of a mini castle, right? And I've seen the ugliest fucking dogs. I do love, though, when they have the giant Great Danes and Dobermans that are just, like, adorable and love bugs. Mm-hmm. Those are my favorite.
One of my best friends has a Great Dane, and she's adorable. Her name is Rogue. She is giant. She is gray, and she is the most lovable dog I think I've ever met.
See, if I ended up, back when I wanted to move to the city, I was never going to get a dog, even though I want one. But now that I'm probably never going to actually move into an actual city, I'll probably live in the suburbs. I want a Rottie and I want a wolf dog.
Yeah, I have 2 pit bull rescues who are surrounding me right now. So.
And you also have a cat that was talking while we were having our podcast meeting the other day.
I do. He's loud, and it's currently sleeping, so we won't talk about him.
Oh, so is Ghost. Ghost is passed out upstairs on my other work chair, and God bless, because that cat has taken out lamps, mirrors, everything. And
I hear the bell. He is coming.
Hey, listen. When McCarthy comes on, literally tag along just walks across the screen. So. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. All right, Maddie. We have like 1,000 stories we haven't even touched yet.
Which one are we going with?
Beth. I want to ask your thoughts though before we move off because we talked about this like 20 minutes ago. Any thoughts on Game 1? Do you think Colorado wins this thing, or do you think Tampa Bay catches them back with a right hook?
I have the Abs in 5.
Okay.
I think they're going to drop game 2 at home, and they're going to get the wake-up call speech that they need from Jared Bednar, and they're going to come out and win 2 in Tampa and hoist the cup in game 5 at home.
Very nice.
You
know what? Honestly, I would love good for Colorado, but like then my boy Scotty's gonna be unbearable for like the next 6 months. He was unbearable after his fucking Braves won the World Series. Like I've noticed he's a fan of all teams that were good in the '90s. You know, the Avs had Patrick Waugh, and then he's a Braves fan who had Chipper Jones and Andrew Jones, like the guys I grew up with. Mm-hmm. And then he's a Niners fan who had Jerry Rice and Joe Montana. I'm like, Scotty, you were just a fan of all the teams that were good in the '90s, besides the Cowboys, because you have self-respect.
When you were a kid in the '90s, if you didn't I was born a Blackhawks fan. I was born into this. My dad's from just outside Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
I was born this way, but I've always respected the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim, the OG Mighty Ducks, back before Disney sold them and they lost their eggplant green jerseys.
Disney.
And the Avs and that 2001 cup, I still get goosebumps thinking about Ray Bourque hoisting that cup. I actually met him 7 or 8 years ago. He is one of the coolest dudes I've ever interacted with. I love good hockey. I've never not watched a Stanley Cup final, even if my team is not participating. There's no more difficult of a trophy to win in sports than the Stanley Cup.
No, I fully guarantee. So, I was very lucky. So, when I was 21 and 22, my team won back-to-back titles, and it was awesome. But at the same time, to me, the Stanley Cup is so cool because the intensity of those fucking games is off the chain. My basketball team's never been to the NBA Finals. My baseball team only won once, and it was when I was 6. Still the best feeling ever, though, is your football team winning. When the Eagles beat the Patriots, it was the only things they're going to beat is my wedding day and my first, second, and whatever child birth. That's about it.
Yeah, I'm a Cubs fan, so
2016, I think everyone's rooting for the Cubs.
So I was up, I don't even know how late it was. I was watching the game in my bed, all the extra innings, and my ex-husband was asleep next to me because he was in the military. And it was the most quiet celebration of the most electric moment I think I've ever had, because I was just like,
So me and my roommates were watching the game in my dorm, and Matt knows exactly what dorm room. That was my north dorm, the one that was monstrous with the handicap door that was literally double the size of a regular room.
Oh yeah,
Matt, you remember that one? And so me and my roommate were up until it was Dan, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so me and him were up until 1 a.m. We watched the game. It was 11:30, and then because neither of us had class the next morning, we just started partying.
Yeah, I had to
America's team won.
I had to work at 7 o'clock the next morning. It was difficult to go to sleep. After that, it was not fun waking up the next morning.
Can I interest you in giving you back Aroldis Chapman?
I mean, look,
you can have him.
So the Cubs. What's he going to do on the Cubs? He can be like he was on the Reds. He's never going to close out a meaningful game.
He's going to do anything not in the Bronx.
Well, listen. Also, here's the thing, Matt. I could have told you him going to the Bronx was a bad idea. It's almost as bad as him going to Arizona where the air is thin.
See,
Colorado.
The great thing
put a power pitcher with only one good pitch in a small or light aired ballpark. They need to have a good number 2. Like Randy Johnson was only successful because of his slider in Arizona. Because that fastball by itself, he's getting fucking rung up every fucking play.
We all saw the 35-mile-an-hour meatball home run that
was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
It was the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Off of fucking Kyle Higashioka. I think that was his second home run of the season and the second in the game.
That was fucking amazing.
35. Do you find that almost disrespectful that they're literally trying to hit that out that much and you're already up by double digits like that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm a competitive person, so if I had been on the double digit side in the lead, I
You
would have
would be
done the same. I would be like, ha ha ha, sucks to suck. Here I go. Have a good day. Like, fuck all y'all. That
Anthony
would be me.
Rizzo was in Boone's ear. He was trying to get him to let him pitch because he pitched the year or two ago with
Against
you
Freddie
guys.
Freeman.
Yeah,
It was fucking hysterical.
they were like, Boone's like, yeah, no, Rizzo's been in my ear trying to like let me get him to pitch. He's like, maybe. He's like, I don't think so.
Don't say yes or no. Just tell him maybe. Just placate him for a little
Yeah.
bit. He'll go sit down. It's fine.
Yeah, the one good thing that came out of the whole thing was it was nice for a while having Gleyber Torres, and then he had his off. I don't know why they, when something's not wrong, you should try to not fix it. If it doesn't need to be fixed, don't touch it.
Don't fix things that aren't broken.
He was amazing, and you put him to shortstop, and he sucks for 2 years, and then you put him back to second base, not full time, but now he's got 12 or whatever home runs. He's doing a lot better. He's got more home runs this year than he did last entire season. Mm-hmm. So he's doing a lot better now that he's not shortstop anymore. Thank fucking God. But that came good from that trade, and then Chapman just fucking.
My team lost 2 out of 3 from the Reds, 2 out of 3 from the Phillies, and 2 out of 3 from the Reds again. And I want to literally hang Mark Melancon outside of a pinata and just hit him with a bat.
Yeah,
he's the worst pitcher in baseball. That man got shelled. Like my mom. So Father's Day, me, my parents, and my sister, my brother, we're all watching the game on the TV because we're waiting for dinner to get cooked. She goes, Jared, why are you getting all tense? You guys are up by 4 runs. And I'm like, because Mark Melancon's coming in. She goes, who's that? I'm like, our overpaid closer who literally gives up his ERA's got to be 50 at this point. He gave up a double, a single, and a walk, and then got a ground out for a double play to end the game. I was literally like this. I couldn't even drink my beer. I was like, this is just painstaking. So,
hot little topic right here. I just got a notification about it. Would any of you guys pay Shohei Ohtani $50 million per year for 4 years? $200 million in total.
No question.
They're saying his deal could be in the area of 4 years, $200 million. Which, versatility wise, I mean, he's a solid pitcher.
Dude could be my 5th starter and can hit me 35 to 40 jacks a year plus stolen bases and RBIs. Fuck yeah. Take it tomorrow. And especially in Arizona.
In a world where I make $50 million a year.
Can I make $1 million a year? Fuck.
I'll make the minimum.
I'll take $800,000 a year. NHL league minimum.
I'm getting paid 18. I'm interviewing for a job around the same right now. And I'm making less money thanks to our dipshit government than I was back when back when I was a mover. Well, I was making 16. My money's worth less because these dipshits. I'm like, God damn it.
I mean, in millionaire news, the NHL salary cap is going up a whole $1 million for next season.
The NFL next season is going up 13.
Yeah. This is the first time the cap ceiling has moved in 3 seasons.
Wow. Yeah, no, I actually heard that story because it was on WFAN this morning, and Boomer and Carton were talking about it, and I was like, these dipshits talking about hockey. I can't stand. Boomer Esiason, and I can't fucking stand him. Also, because I'm Team McAfee all day, baby.
Yeah, I like McAfee. Do you see that video I sent you on Instagram?
Yes, because I watched it live. I watched. Fuck Boston Connor. Yeah. By the way, I'm trying to get Boston Connor on the show because 1, he's my age, and 2, I think I know his cousin. Not sure. Maybe know his cousin. His cousin may have been roommates with my ex-girlfriend, so we'll have to find out if that's true or not.
That's some weird 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon bullshit going on.
Well, so here the thing is he's my age, and so he's a really cool dude apparently from what I've heard from circles of people who know him. And I'm going to DM him. So Matt, so obviously when we have our State of the Union meeting on Monday or whatever it is, because now it's only you, me, and Samir. By the way, I want to give a nice little send off to our boy Grayson. He served with us for a couple shows. He has gotten a job coaching high school ball and a job as a medical sales professional. We wish him the best of luck, and we appreciate him coming by. Him in his CIA blackout room he always used to film in. His tenure may have been short-lived. We appreciated the effort he gave us. So
you're saying if he got a job coaching high school ball and he got a job in medical sales?
No, he actually legit got a job. It may be a cover though for him being.
He got a job.
Yeah,
It was a nice combo. You had me with the wired headphones and him with the foggy background, as if he was in like a crime scene.
Anything's better than me trying to scramble to get guests every freaking week because everyone quit on me in about a week. March of 2022 may be the darkest moment of the Quarterwood's history. Everyone's like, Jared, why aren't your views going up? Jared, why aren't you getting guests? I'm like, because I don't have any help. I'm literally scrambling.
Well,
and then God bless Matt and Samir.
And you put out the bat signal today.
Yeah, I know. I put it out to 2 people. I put it to McCarthy and Beth. Beth answered. So Beth is now Batman. Ryan McCarthy is now Robin.
Oh, damn.
He's like, I'm going on TSS fans. I'm like, yo, fuck Jason. I love that. I love Coop. Cooper's my dog. I love him.
He's a good dude.
He's one of the funniest dudes on the planet. I actually did his entry, like, introduction and shit when he first joined Belly Up. This man texted me an entire article, had 35 cusses in. I'm like, I love this fucking dude already. I knew from his picture and from his fucking language, this dude is guaranteed an ex-Marine. He's from Florida. And I was right. I was like, yep. Check. He's a Miami Hurricanes fan too, which makes me love him even more. Because God bless, it's all about the U, obviously.
He's just a good dude.
He's and I owe him a headshot of myself, and Samir does too. So I apologize to Jason Cooper if he's still watching. But because I don't have a good
that shit done, dude.
I don't have a good headshot of myself. I really don't.
Gotta get that shit done.
One of my best
with the green screen that you never use behind you, because then he can really
I'm
make
about
shit
to fucking
work.
tear this shit down.
Take a fucking headshot first.
I'm actually about to build a whole shelf here because I have all these cool collectibles and shit. Like I have a fucking
same. Mine are on shelves.
I have a fucking like Infinity Gauntlet bottle opener. Like it's amazing.
I have a picture of me, my dad, and Bobby Hull from when I was 9.
That's amazing. I have a miniature Civil War cannon. What up? Because I'm going all Ron Swanson on this shit.
And I'm not in my cool items.
I have a replica
marble
of the bean.
I have a marble
that is
polar bear.
Also a piggy bank.
That's awesome. I have a marble polar bear. And
I
have
a light.
I got this quarter that's from Colorado. Delaware.
I love it.
Delaware.
Oh, and I have this octopus who tells you whether or not I'm happy or I'm angry.
Nice. I love seeing those things on TikTok. I also have a keychain of the Mandalorian because I am basically a Mandalorian as a human being. Guns. I love firearms and I love independent freedoms and civil liberties, which is basically the Mandalorian's foundry. And I also have a
Grogu Alexa dot holder.
That's awesome.
I thought that was Yoda.
You heathen fuck.
I mean, you got the ears and everything.
I also have a poster of the it literally is a T-Rex with those little like grab arm things you see old people have, and it literally says unstoppable on it.
Nice. Yeah, my next tattoo is going to be a T-Rex, and I'm very excited.
My favorite dinosaur.
I'm a human T-Rex, so I have little arms.
Legs. See, I am a human, like whatever, a raptor. My arms are really fucking long. I have a 6'1" wingspan. It's kind of weird, and I'm 5'11".
Must be nice.
Oh no, it's really great. Except my shoulders are also like wider than a normal human's. So me walking through like in a tight space, I have to like turn sideways all the time. It's fucking annoying.
Yeah,
it's not even like a lifting bro vibe. It's more like a wow, that sucks. Oh, he's a good boy.
This is Ella. She's a good girl.
Hi, Ella.
She needs all the attention. Gus is bringing me a rope.
I see this little head like popping up like this.
Yeah.
Matt. The problem is I'm still partial to Matt's 2 pit bulls. I love them both dearly.
I have one is.
Do they have name tags that say "Hello, my name is"?
They have their names on them. I don't know if they say "Hello, my name is." They
got all of them just have "Hello, my name is," and then on the back it says "Call my mom."
One's a pit bull English Bulldog Rescue, and one's a pit bull American Staffordshire Bulldog.
Yeah. Who's the skinny one? Me and her had, or me and him who had like the great, like the friendship when we were watching the McGregor Pacquiao fight.
Oh, that was Ziggy. He's a tall, skinny, gray and white one.
Oh, me and Ziggy have a great friendship, but also I love the big one too.
Oh, Penny is just a large, like hefty, happy dog.
Yeah, Ella
That's
is
good.
pit bull and black lab, and Gus is pit bull and German short hair pointer.
Nice.
He
I
has
have
freckles.
Ghost. I have Ghost, who is half Turkish van, which is like the swimming cat. They hunt
Mhm.
fish apparently, and then he's half Norwegian forest, which means he sheds a lot during the summer.
Means
He's
he's
white.
floofy.
Yeah, he's got very soft fur, but he's not super floofy. He's actually kind of skinny looking. He's all muscle and he's lanky, and
Gotcha.
so he just looks weird as a cat. And I love him, but he's a violent little prick. The amount of scars I have on my body from that little jackass. If I go see a therapist, they're gonna think I'm fucking cutting myself the way he cut.
Oh yeah,
he
I've got one here from.
Oh yeah, my
our old
my
cat.
latest one, from here all the way down. He got me. I was trying to pull my arm away, and he just latched one claw like a fucking raptor and pulled.
Jeez.
And then for payback on Sunday, I cut his claws off, and he's like, he looks like a guy.
Fuck you.
He looks like a kid who took away his toys. He's like, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, Dad.
He was like,
so
you sit there. He's like, I'm sorry. And it's so
I
funny.
didn't mean it.
Oh my god! So he bit my mom, and so I bought I did the most American thing possible. How do you solve a violence problem? You buy a bigger gun than the other guy. I bought water pistols, and so he tried to bite me there. I Han Solo'd his ass. I hit him square in the chest with just a huge blast of water, and he's like, hasn't bitten me since. It's hysterical.
So you're his favorite, I assume.
No, well, yeah, it goes back and forth. Me and my dad. He loves my dad for some reason, like because I think he does. I think he also kind of fears my dad because my dad will yell at him all the time. And Matt, you've met my dad 1,000 times. You know he's not a very yelly person, but my dad just like, hey, like just across the room and just like a white blur at full speed. And or my favorite is when I'm in my office and he's just bouncing around the walls and on the shelves, just like his personal fucking playpen. One time, I literally in the middle of recording for a former show, Man Hour, which is no longer part of Belly Up, he literally knocked my lamp over because he didn't know how to jump.
Oh, cats are the best. Mine is currently sleeping on a pillow, and that's where he should stay. Otherwise, oh crap, here he comes.
I love it. All right, so
I just hear a bell. It's not good. It's like the theme song in Jaws is going off in my house because there's.
Or you could be like my sister and have that as her ringtone when her mother calls. My sister literally has the Jaws ringtone when my mom calls. It's hysterical.
My mom's ringtone is Bohemian Rhapsody.
That's awesome. My ringtone for everybody is Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin, and I also have Voodoo Child as a backup.
Yeah, my ringtone for everybody else is the Chicago Blackhawk Skull Horn.
Nice.
Does that fall with Chelsea Dagger at the end of it or no?
It does. It's the horn and then Chelsea Dagger.
Awesome. Whenever you text my uncle, the PC Richard and Son whistle goes off for like a Yankee strikeout.
That's awesome.
I kind of
want to get the Eagles fight. I kind of want to get the Eagles touchdown fight song, but it's like at the same time, it's like I hear that shit enough because we score a lot of points. But I like the worst is though. So you guys ever notice when you have your earbuds in and you have your phone on loud, you hear the initial ringtone first, but then you hear it in your earbuds and you're like, motherfucker. So it is I was in my warehouse yesterday. I literally am like cleaning a bunch of machines. I hear Immigrant Song. I'm like, oh god, somebody's calling me. And I hear it again in my earbuds. I'm like, all right, I fucking get it. All right, I'm answering my phone.
Yeah, my phone's pretty much always on silent.
I hear Robert Plant screeching. Like, listen, if it didn't give it away with the lightning bolts that are tattooed to my arm and the fact of my beard and hairstyle and the fact that Immigrant Song is my ringtone, I do love Thor a lot. Let's see. There we go. There's that one. And then there's that one.
Yeah.
And then there's my douchebag tattoo.
Oh, you got a douchebag travel tattoo. Look at you.
Oh, man.
Matt remembers when I got that one. Matt's like, what does it mean? I'm like, it's a symbol of the warrior, brother. I'm like,
I was like, so this is just like, you're like, I got to get something cool. I'm like 20. Boom.
And you're like, tribal tattoo, let's go.
And the worst part is, I'm not even fucking Irish, Matt.
I know.
You got a Celtic knot and you're not even Irish.
Actually, it's a Celtic arrowhead.
Well, I could only see like
Okay,
this
yeah,
much
no,
of it.
see, it's a Celtic arrowhead. See?
Sir, my people are disappointed in you.
Well, technically, so here's the thing, though. I think Ancestry is full of shit because I guarantee there's some Irish in me. I'm Scottish mostly on that part of my
so
family.
your people are real mad at you for getting that Irish.
Who fucking cares?
The ancestors are angry.
So technically, I am the most is Polish with a little Nordic sprinkled in. That's my dad's side, and then my mom's side is a quarter Italian, and then Irish Scottish mix. I guarantee there's some Irish there. My grandmother's full of shit.
Yeah, I'm very Irish.
I'm just happy
my dad went to Ireland and was like, "Oh look, our name is on all of these buildings."
I'm just happy my fucking British. God bless.
Yeah, I'm pretty much just Italian.
I'd rather be Italian than British.
Oh, you don't want to have a cuppa?
I don't want to be I don't want to be literally human garbage. I literally make fun of British people almost as much as I make fun of French people. My French jokes really just kind of land about the fact they lost 2 world wars if it wasn't for America. So that's usually where most of my the Red Foreman. I go with the Red Foreman route. It works every time.
The foot in the ass.
Yeah. But my English jokes rely on the fact that they were like everyone gets on America for being imperialists, but the British were the worst offenders of them all. Actually, technically, the Belgians were the worst, but that's a whole other argument.
I mean, my favorite British joke is telling him to have a nice work day on the 4th of July.
It's like catch an L on the 4th of July, motherfucker.
Go have fun at work, bitches.
Y'all lost a war against a bunch of farmers, bitch. And then we got our comeuppance when a China-backed Viet Cong farmers beat us in Vietnam. Yeah. But then again, that was just Democrats being hungry for war. Shout out LBJ.
Heyo.
Oh my God! Do you see this? Tortorella's gonna be the head coach of the Flyers.
Tor's got a 4-year contract in Philly.
Oh my God, he's such a Philadelphia guy, and it's perfect.
You know what? They are gonna be like.
Oh my God, I love it.
And jelly. It's
so here's the thing: is like match. I don't hate. I'm one of the few Penguins fans who doesn't hate the Flyers because I know so many Flyers fans because of my Eagles love.
I hate the Flyers.
Oh no, Flyers fans are fucking.
Patrick Kane scoring that goal in overtime in 2010 was the greatest moment of my life because it was against the Flyers. Now I have a lot of mixed feelings about that cup, knowing what happened to Kyle Beach, but like that goal will forever be the greatest goal I've seen scored. I was one of the few people who was like, the puck's in the net. The puck's in the net. People were like, no, it's not. I'm like, no, really, it's in the net. I saw it move.
No, the fan base in hockey hate the most of the New York Rangers. I can't stand them. It's a bunch of spoiled white. It's a bunch of spoiled white boys and khaki wearers from Connecticut and upstate New York.
Vegas Golden Knights.
I don't give a fuck. They're all new fans. Who gives a shit?
Working for the railroad for the state of Connecticut, working a lot of stations at night and seeing the trains come back from the Rangers games, I can confirm the outfit matches with the description.
Yeah, no.
I'll roll up at midnight.
I was at the Ritz-Carlton in White Plains, New York, which is like, the very nice suburb city of Manhattan. I'm working in the Ritz-Carlton, literally the nicest fucking building in the whole city. I'm restoring their marble floor with me and my night shift guy. And I see a bunch of Rangers fans walk in, and the night guy looks at me and goes, "You're not a Rangers fan?" I'm like, "I fucking hate the Rangers." He goes, "Are you a fan?" I'm like, "The fucking Pens. We had them beat. Our fucking goaltending sucks."
Did he cold clock you when you said that? Like, because that's a Rangers thing, just turning around and cold clocking opposing fans.
Well, Beth, the problem is that would have been his funeral because Matt knows this. When somebody tries to swing at me, it ends badly for them. Matt watched me push a dude through a couch once.
Yeah, it was a dark moment.
Was it dark or was it just epic?
There's a fine line between those two things.
75% dark. I mean, 75% epic.
It was dark because he thought this kid was going to get up. Say, "I'm suing you." It's like, no, he just got up and tried to swing back. In Connecticut, it's 50-50. You're thinking if the dude who swings back and says "good fight" after he loses or wins. or you get the dude who threatens to sue. You never
Yeah.
know in Connecticut.
Mostly it's the people that just threaten to sue.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you think they got all their money?
That's
No,
true.
all our money is from ripping off people, and also from insurance and Manhattan and everything else. All right, it is 7:50 right about now, so we're gonna switch over to our favorite segment, brought to you by the amazing people at Canadips.com. Listen, you want a great. Yeah, Beth's got it right here. My girl's got it. My boy Matt orders about 50 tins a day.
Yeah.
I got it. My tin of peach right here. It's my favorite flavor.
I got 5 more in my mailbox right now. I need to go grab
Let's
them.
Yo,
go.
listen, I got wintergreen. That is my go-to because I am a Cope wintergreen boy all day. And so it tastes just like Cope wintergreen. You can't tell me otherwise. But listen, this tastes like Cope peach too, which makes me very happy. Thank you, Canada Dips. Listen, if you're like me, I used to dip a lot. I used to do a lot of chew. There's a great alternative. I'll put 3 of these in my mouth. I'll be good to go for a couple hours. Even though I walk home one day, my mom goes, "The hell you got in your mouth?" I'm like, "Oh, just a couple pouches." She goes, "You look like such a fucking hick." And I'm like, "Well, shoe fits." But yeah, listen, 10 milligrams of CBD, good for your joints, takes the edge off, makes you feel a little better. Does not inhibit you driving or operating machinery, any of that crazy shit, right? But it makes you feel a little better. It's good stuff. It's definitely, honestly, I feel more alert with this shit than I do. I actually have actual dip in my mouth. That's what's scary.
Well, you also don't have to spit. Like,
I mean, usually I would just by the end of me doing it, I was just buying snus anyway, so I didn't have to spit anyway.
Yeah.
But then again, snus is fucking nasty, so.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Camel Mint, baby. That was my go-to. Oh, my God.
Now we get the dark blue tin.
Nobody carried the Copenhagen stuff was so rare I could never find this. I just kept buying the fucking camel shit. But, yeah, listen. Canada Dips, 20% off. Promo code BELLYUP20. You don't regret this. I love this fucking shit. I buy it. I'm actually about to order another couple tins tomorrow because it's payday. Matt knows it. Matt's bought about 5,000 tins already.
Yeah. Dude, the citrus one I like.
The tangy citrus. That's the one.
It tastes like fucking Starburst.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
I also love what's the one with the dog on it? Sriracha, whatever it's called.
Oh, I never had that one yet.
It tastes like red velvet cupcakes.
I gotta get that. The horchata is nice.
I didn't see that one the other day, so I don't know.
No, it is. It's a horchata, whatever that one is.
Well, no, the one you were talking about. Is that the horchata?
Yeah,
the
horchata. It tastes like red velvet cupcakes.
Good to know.
Also, do not order. I mean, actually, if you want, a little disclaimer: if you're gonna order the non-CBD ones, like the ones that have like clove infused, I will say this: drink a lot of water. They soak up a lot of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See, Zach. Hey, my boy Zach's in the building.
You can't forget that a franchise exists if you loathe them.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, Beth, for you at least. I mean, they're just like our minor. They're like what the Jets were to the Giants for a long time when the Giants actually were good, but now the Jets are better than the Giants, so that's kind of a scary prospect.
But they still share the same building.
They haven't been able to beat us in the regular season in a while.
Yeah, true. The Giants also, I feel like, are just going to be like until the Giants actually figure out the hell they're doing on offense with Daniel Jones. I think they're going to always be in trouble. All right, 7 minutes left. We're going to do Corner Booth. Of course, Canada Dips, the official sponsor of the Corner Booth dartboard. And of course, because I got to switch views at this point because I got to show off the dartboard. Here we go. All righty. Corner Booth dartboard time. So, Matt, who are you putting on the dartboard this week?
Man, I was looking for a nice little candidate for today. I'm going to go off topic completely. I'm going to go Vincent Kennedy McMahon.
Connecticut's finest, or not so finest at this point.
So, everybody knows him. He's the owner of WWE. I guess when he was back in the 80s, when he was probably just a mix of referee, commentary, like, dad still owned the business kind of thing. I guess he signed a female referee at the time for a $100,000 salary and offered to raise that up to $200,000 for, sexual favors. So he was pretty much paying her double her salary in order to have some sort of sexual relationship with this woman while he was also married to Linda McMahon, I'm pretty sure, around that time. So putting this guy on the dartboard, because I don't know, just where's the loyalty anymore? Like, I just feel like all celebrities they just can't fucking stay true to this one person. But also, I also heard rumors, non-verified rumors, I don't know how true it is, that he forced her into this. This wasn't a like consensual thing. I don't know what's true or what's not true, but this is just another situation of like who like celebrity wise, like who's a good person anymore? Because there's dirt with every single person. It just makes you question.
I'll
Tom
give you
Hanks?
I'll raise you.
I
don't
Tom
like
Hanks.
his connections to Epstein scare me.
True. I forgot about that.
I'll raise you to Chris's Pratt and Hemsworth.
Give me
No,
that.
Pratt cheated on his wife.
No, he never cheated on her. She just got jealous. She thought she. The whole story is
He
thought
recently admitted to having romantic liaisons with his co-star while filming the first Jurassic World movie, and he was still married.
Bryce Dallas, but he never actually legitimately cheated. He just kind of like flirted with her. Also, like that was at the point where also Anna Faris was like legit, like assuming he was cheating. That whole end of that marriage was really rough for both of them.
It was,
and also the whole thing is like the whole story I found out about Chris Pratt was like he did like she started like isolating him because she thought he was cheating, but he wasn't. But then he started like flirting with Bryce Dallas Howard because like Bryce Dallas Howard's gorgeous too.
yeah. Talk about erotic boys.
I'm a sucker for redheads. I am. That's why Matt met the last redhead I dated, and she was horrible. She was gorgeous, but she was just a horrible human being. Basically, I guess that was the kind of the gist. Like, like she was already pushing away. Yeah. Now he's married to the Terminator's daughter. So
yes, he's married to a Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, so he can't cheat now. And also, Hemsworth and Eliza Packy have been married for like ever.
Yeah.
To close
also,
out
their collective body. Oh, sorry. Their collective body fat percentage is about 3% total.
Yeah, for sure. 100. Yeah. Can confirm.
To close out the Vince McMahon argument, on top of all of that, he apparently paid her a $3 million settlement to never speak of the situation ever again. So now they're looking into it in an investigation. Like the WWE board is opening an investigation on the whole matter.
Here's my thing. When does paying someone to never speak about something again ever work out in the payer's favor?
It's always like a very temporary thing. Like this probably happened like 15, 20 years ago, but like it's going to come out. Like it doesn't matter when you do it.
Yeah. Especially with the way the internet works these days. I mean, It's going to come out.
All right, Beth, it's your debut on the corner booth. Pre-game, who you putting
technically
up here?
I've put plenty of people up there in the comments before.
Yeah, in the comments. But now on the screen is yours. Who you got?
I am putting Chicago Blackhawks on the dartboard because they are discussing trading Alex DeBrincat, who is a young phenom who just had a 41-goal season, because they are afraid he is too good for them to be able to tank to get a higher draft pick. Regardless of how bad they finish the season, they still only have an 18% chance of getting a top 3 pick. Please don't make my next season absolutely horrendous and trade Alex DeBrincat. It would be a bad idea. He is an amazing hockey player. Don't fucking do it.
My dartboard this year, this week at least, is the Baltimore Ravens front office. They are about to do the dumbest fucking thing possible this year. I am not the biggest Lamar Jackson fan. I like him as a person. I think he's hysterical. I agree with a lot of his like opinions about various world issues and everything else. Lamar Jackson, honestly, a really cool dude in person from what I've heard from people who I know live in South Florida. But here's the thing. The Ravens are banking that they can pay him off this year. The last time they banked on a quarterback not having a good season, they had Joe Flacco go win a Super Bowl. Now the Ravens aren't winning the Super Bowl this year. I can almost guarantee that. Their offense looks abysmal. They have 1,000 running backs, but no receivers. Jackson will probably still have great numbers, but I think he'll be surpassed by like the likes of Jalen Hurts, Kyler Murray, Russell Wilson, Derek Carr, et cetera, et cetera. So the problem is I want to see Lamar Jackson's going to have a good season. But the fact that they couldn't work out a deal already is just not a good look for Baltimore. And honestly, if Baltimore finishes around mid, I'd say 9-8, 10-7, and they are a first round exit or miss the playoffs, Lamar Jackson will be a Carolina Panther or something else next year because they just don't have anything there. With Baltimore, I think the problem is like they thought they were going to have more leverage and they don't. And I think the problem is now when you look at quarterbacks, Philadelphia has all the leverage in the Jalen Hurts situation. Hurts blows up, they pay him a shit ton of money. They have the cap space for it next year. Great. And now they have 2 draft picks they can spend on weapons that are cheap. But and then you look at same thing with New England, where New England basically is staring on his Mac Jones contract in 3 years. But Mac Jones